Webheads, are you ready for the latest, the greatest, the newest, the hottest comic books getting ready to hit store shelves? Well, guys, this list is powered by Comic Central, highlighting some of the most highly anticipated comic books getting ready to hit store shelves within the next 3 to 5 weeks from now. Guys, I'm Mike Spider Slayer. Welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. Hopefully you enjoy this list. Let's dive into it right now. All right, guys, so the first book we're going to be talking about today is Jane Foster, The Mighty Thor. So Jane Foster is back, and obviously this is in time for the movie that is getting ready to be released. So if you guys were a fan of Jane Foster being Thor, this book is right up your alley. I'll be checking this one out. I've checked out every one of Jane Foster and her adventures as Thor, so I'll check this one out. Like I said, pretty cool Peach Momoko variant here. We got this other variant as well, Carmen Carnero, I think is the name. Next, we dive into the Amazing Spider-Man issue 3. We haven't even gotten issue 2 yet, but here we have Tombstone. It says, I know that this is just number 3, but did you notice that it's Legacy 897? That means something big is right around the corner. There are things you don't know about Tombstone. Neither you nor Spider-Man will ever forget them. That's right, guys. You got that John Romita Jr. artwork there. Tombstone, the rest of the crew. I liked issue 1. There's a lot of mystery there. Have to read issue 2 to find out more. Next, we have the Avengers, I guess, a variant to this. I don't even know. It's just weird. I guess it's Peter Parker's scroll. Okay. Next, we have Savage Avengers issue 2. Issue 1 is getting ready to hit the store shelves, I think, next comic book week. And I think that could be a lot of fun. It has a mixture of characters like Hulk-Verine. It's got Cloak and Dagger. It's got Elektra in there. And this could be a lot of fun, like I said. So we'll see how this one turns out. Here we have a gorgeous Jenny Frison cover with Cloak and Dagger on it. Absolutely gorgeous. Buying this book just for cover alone, but I am going to be reading this story. And then we have, of course, a couple of the other characters on there, Anti-Venom and the Hulk-Verine guy or whatnot. I don't even know if that was his name, but that's what I'm calling him. Next, we have Thor, issue 26. We have Banner of War. This is part 4. That's an interesting cover. You got Hulk and Thor combined as one, as a mashup. So we're going to see what this is. I mean, we still haven't read issue 1 yet upon this recording, and I'm hoping this will turn out pretty good. Then we have a Pride variant cover with Valkyrie on it. So that's a gorgeous looking cover. Then we have Legion of X issue 2, God for Sale. I'm not going to be reading this one personally. Kind of a cool cover, I guess, but not my cup of tea here. Here we have another one. I've been trying out way too many X books, and I've been just definitely disappointed with them, so I'm going to pass. Next, we have Marauders issue 3. This is the Extinction Agenda part 3. So again, this is another book I had higher expectations for. Just, I don't know. I'm just not a fan of Kitty Pryde going into space, dealing with the Shi'ar, when I thought it was going to be them sailing the seas, rescuing mutants, and just having a different team, and that's not what this is at all. Here's your variants cover. And then we dive into Star Wars comics now. We're on Star Wars issue 24, The Final Hunt. Commander Zahara, former protege of Grand Moff Willof Tarkin, has used brilliant tactics and savage brutality to nearly eradicate the rebel fleet. Now she and her final target, General Leia, will hunt each other across a wild planet to the bitter end. Have completely dropped off of Star Wars comics ever since they did War of the Bounty Hunters. I thought Star Wars comics were absolutely beautiful and well written until they started doing events, and now it all went downhill from there. That's a pretty interesting cover. Kind of trippy, actually, man. It actually looks like a ghost on the cover. And then we got this variant as well. And then you have your Marvel reprints in case you missed out the first time around. We have another Ghost Rider issue 1. This is your third printing. We have Ghost Rider issue 2. This is your second printing. And then we have your Black Panther issue 5. This is your second printing. And you have your Spider-Gwen Gwenverse issue 2. This is your second printing of that. And here we have Wolverine, second printing of issue 20. So there's a lot of reprints getting ready to come out, a lot of books that sold very well. Now we move on to the indie comics. We have The Closet, issue 1. I love stuff like this. A Tale of Existential Familiar Horror by James Tynion. So this is another James Tynion book. Tom is moving cross country with his family and dragging the past along with them. His son Jamie is seeing monsters in the bedroom closet and will not let them go. Oh man, I love stuff like this. I can't wait for this. Hopefully it's going to be good. Then we have Astronaut Down, issue 1. This is done by Aftershock. So it looks like this guy was an astronaut and things have gone wrong for him. Douglas Spitzer wants to be one of the astronauts selected for the crucial mission Pulitzer, and just like astronauts like Buzz Aldrin and Sally Ride, Douglas is brave, adaptable, and self-sacrificing. He's one of the program's best candidates, but if he qualifies, Douglas won't be traveling through space. He'll be launched into alternate realities on desperate mission to save Earth from a horrific crisis that has our world on the brink of extinction. Unfortunately, it's a mission where everything will go wrong, where Douglas's training and very humanity will be put to the test, and where a deep-seated secret could sabotage everything. The writer here is James Patrick, which wrote Kaijo Score, which I've been giving high praise to. So I definitely would say pick this book up, guys. I think this will be a quite interesting story here. Astronaut Down, issue 1. That's going to be pretty cool. Then we have a new book from AWA Upshot. This is New Think. Pretty interesting. You got like an Adam and Eve cover here, and the apples dangling from the branch, but it's a cell phone that has a picture of an apple. This Black Mirror style anthology examines the rapid proliferation of technology, the cultural and political polarization of the country, and the technocrats that have driven us to such extremes of thought that we need to present the present as something futuristic. Each of the 5 issues is a standalone tale with its own art team. So it's like an anthology book. So here we have your variant cover as well. And then we have Cyberpunk 2077 Blackout issue 1. So that's coming out from Dark Horse Comics. Here's your variants cover as well. Then we have Quest Decide issue 1. This is the second printing. This book just came out as this barkeeper has been running this bar in the kingdom for many, many years. And basically what happens is the king, who him and the king used to fight together, gave him, I think, 30 days to shut down his bar. And the guy doesn't want to shut down his bar. So what's he going to do? Is he going to, keep it open? Is he going to fight for the bar? I don't know. We'll see what happens. The king wants to use it as a barracks. So here we have Quest Decide issue 2. So this continues that story that I just mentioned. Pretty interesting book. It's got some funny one-liners, some cheap jokes in there that might make you laugh. So not bad book. And then we have Boom Studios' second printing already, and we still haven't gotten this book yet upon this recording, but we will get it this comic book week, I think. And this is Grimm issue 1. This is done by Boom Studios. Then you also have The Vampire Slayer. This is the second print as well, and obviously you can see who's the new Slayer, and that's Willow. And then you have, from Image, you have Super Freaks issue 1. This is a $5 comic book, and this is interesting because it's got Savage Dragon on it, so not sure what this one is going to be about. It says a journey henchman has pulled off the impossible. He has killed the world's most famous superhero in order to get a reduced jail time. The henchman has cut a deal with the feds. Problem is, even without having any powers, the feds are sending him to the Ultramax facility with all the worst supervillains. Now the unlucky nobody must navigate prison life while praying no one finds out he is a snitch. Might check that one out. Then we move on to DC Comics, guys, as we're celebrating Pride Month. We got DC Pride 2022. We got the newest book on here. Wouldn't be surprised if this is a $10 book. So if you want to go out and to support Pride Month, go ahead and check and get this book. Here you have a variant cover with Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn. So that's pretty cool. And then we have a third cover here as well. Next, we move on to Batman Shadow War Omega. So this is the epic conclusion to the Shadow War. That's a pretty intense cover right there with Deathstroke's helmet being freaking stabbed in the head. So I don't know. We'll see who the mastermind is behind the Shadow War. I think this has been a solid event overall, and looking forward to it. And then here we have a variant cover. So that's pretty cool. Now we move on to the Justice League Road to Dark Crisis issue 1. So obviously written by Joshua Williamson. We should know that by now. Jeremy Adams, Brandon Thomas, Chuck Brown, Stephanie Phillips, Philip Kennedy, Johnson art by Clinton Henry. There's a lot of people. The Justice League has tragically fallen in battle, and now we've seen the aftermath. How does the world react to the Justice League being gone? Which heroes rise up, and which villains try to take advantage? And what dark forces are lying in the wait to attack? An all-star roster of DC talent showcases a world without Justice League and sets the stage for next month's Dark Crisis event. I read the Free Comic Book Day issue. It didn't give too much. It just seemed like it's obviously a glorified preview. I am going to be reading all these books just to see what this has to offer and seeing if this sets a road up for DC Comics actually being a little bit better. I will definitely buy this cover, though. This is great. I love this. This is just paying tribute to, you know, all comic collectors out there. I love that. He's sitting on a bunch of freaking short boxes or maybe long boxes, reading Justice League, eating popcorn. You better be careful there, bud, because you might ruin those books. That's pretty awesome. Next, we have Batman Beyond the White Knight Showcase Edition. Batman Beyond the White Knight Showcase Edition issue 1. That's what it is. Yes. Contains Batman Beyond the White Knight 1 and 2. So basically, in case you missed out on 1 and 2, this is going to get you caught up on that story. And next we have Aquaman Andromeda. I don't know if I read that right. I'm like illiterate half the time. This looks like a black label book. So if you're looking to a maybe darker toned Aquaman book, go ahead and check that out. Then we have Justice League issue 75, second printing. So obviously this cover here looks like that interior cover when you pulled it open from the first printing where it said the Death of Justice League. So this is your cover for it now for the second print. Batman 2022 annual. So we have another annual for Batman. You know, what's gonna be the whole thing with Ghostmaker, right? I mean, he's in charge of Batman Incorporated, but I think he's a little bit of an asshole, and I don't know if the people respect Ghostmaker, and I wonder if Ghostmaker is going to get mad, and I wonder if Ghostmaker is going to be the one that I think maybe he betrays Batman, becomes his enemy again. I'm not sure. We'll see, but I didn't read the description up there, but that could be a potential plot point going forward. Next, we have Action Comics 2022 Annual, A Tale of Two Titans. That's an interesting cover here. You know, kind of reminds you of like a little bit of old school. I like this cover better, though. This is awesome. Superman smashing a car against whatever that is. People are running away and stuff. Yeah, man, that's pretty cool. Now the ball's in your court, web heads. Get in touch with your local comic book shop and let them know which comic books you want pulled for those up and coming weeks. And as always, guys, if you love the content, I'll leave you more content right here to click on. And guys, keep buying, keep collecting, but most importantly, keep reading your comics. Guys, I'll see you real soon. Bye.